course, now that those of you that are wondering what kind of car I drive, you know it's a Durango. Gotta figure out where that squad's going. Goodhue.
Squad 124.
124.
Can you put me in front of 606 LaFawn, Charlie, Delta Golf 562? I'm code 4.
606 LaFawn, code 4. 46 minutes.
606 LaFawn, he's out there. LaFawn is 1 block north of Thomas. Dale's 620, so he's just east of Dale and north of Thomas. Said he code 4, but
124, can you confirm that it's stolen?
Affirmative. I am showing that is a stolen vehicle. Coming back to a white Volvo.
Received, it's unoccupied.
Found a stolen car that's unoccupied. You'd be glad to know my wife called to make fun of me and tell me that my son knew where the battery was. My 15-year-old son, who knows everything about every car there is, called to tell me it's under the seat. Who puts a battery under the passenger seat?
We got the mail.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We have the mail at 7:31 while you were just trying to fight somebody.
Have your mail at 7:31.
I don't know if I mentioned that we were in a chase with those, I think I did, but we were in a chase with a stolen car, a Mercedes, the other day. You saw it on the news. The helicopter trooper actually got up and saved us from being able to
180.
find him. But
This will be clear, unfounded, with 175.
carjacking.
48 minutes.
Driver of the stolen car that probably did the carjacking was 13 years old. So, and been involved in 7 other ones already. His mother, to her credit, if you haven't watched the video on my Facebook page, said, hey, she wants help. The judges just keep letting him out. She thinks her son's on a pipeline to
48 minutes.
prison. She wants him to have some control. The first time, she doesn't sleep good unless she knows her son is somewhere safe, like a jail. It's a very sad story, but the video from Care 11 is on my
29,
Facebook
house
page.
traffic. Code 4, 49 minutes.
I still haven't eaten my cherry pie yet.
23.
A little extra energy here.
Sorry, squad 23. Squad 312.
12.
1026 Rainy Avenue on a violation of protection. Suspect's not on scene.
Copy.
49 minutes.
Well, I hope you're still enjoying this.
213, 225 on this, and myself and 213 will go. 283 and 262, please.
There's the squad. He's got to back up there in case the
23, give me on the call.
suspect.
260, I'll be clear, thanks.
I'll pull over just to take
224.
a peek at the computer-aided dispatch.
Vaz 220 and 283. And you can send me if I need.
Boys 225 to 350 Sibley for an unknown number of people in front of the building being loud.
Copy.
15 minutes.
All right. Well, you know, I do have a tendency sometimes to forget my next mission, like getting gas. So I want to thank you all for reminding me. I think I better head down there. Unless something happens on the way. I ran out of gas twice in my career. Once on 35E northbound at Chase. Back then, the troopers had little hoses that would come off their gas tank.
1323.
So the trooper pulled up alongside after
Clear assisted with
Chase was over, filled up my gas tank,
That's it. 15 minutes.
and then another time, my
Car
partner,
wash off that night with a silver sedan. Can't get the plate right now.
my partner Beeson and I,
52.
we didn't run out technically,
4483, I'm with her.
but we knew it was the end of the shift. We probably should have gone and got gas, but we just got a little lazy. We didn't get gas, and so as fate would have it, this was at 919 LaFon, the old A1 precinct office. So at 7 o'clock we got off work and we said, oh, they'll have enough. Unfortunately, the day shift didn't have enough gas. And so they ran out on their way to the gas station. That didn't go over too well with our sergeant. You don't ever leave the day shift with an empty engine again. So you can imagine how the poor day guys, they're a lot older than us. We were in our 20s. The day shift guys were like my age. Some young pup brings the car in on empty. So
211.
our sergeants back then had a way of training us. Sort of like, okay, you guys, you'll be on a foot beat for the next couple days. Here's your assignment. No car at all if you can't fill it up. Those are the days where they coached you into doing the right thing. In 43 years, there's a lot of funny stories, and only my wife really knows them all. She can tell them at my funeral, but I'm just not totally comfortable telling them now. But
PPV at Marysburg.
let me just say this. In the old days when you used to put the gas pump into your car and then you'd go in and stay warm while it was filling up,
55.
they don't let you do that anymore.
This will be advised 220, 224.
Because the last thing you want to do is pull away without taking the pump out of the car. Not saying that happened.
Lincoln Paul Roberts.
Copy.
But if it did happen, it would have been really embarrassing. The worst part would be, have you ever tried to kink a gas hose? Doesn't work too well. Alright, we're headed to gas. We have some amazing medical services here in Minnesota. It's very fortunate regions. Children's United, Fairview, Hennepin. It's probably the best collection. And of course, right now with COVID, these nurses are just constantly putting themselves at risk. Out on the front line.
2162.
2162 and 2163.
2163. 600 Village Center Drive at Walgreens. Auto alarm covers front door, left center, several exits. Got video, but haven't seen anyone.
Walgreens up there in North Oaks at Hodgson Road and 96. Just had an alarm.
2163, I'll go.
So those of you that were worried, I appreciate it. I still got a little bit of gas left. Here's our pumps downtown. Stand by. It won't be long. And while I'm pumping, I am going to eat my apple pie. No, cherry pie. Gas is pumping.
312 on scene.
Copy, 50 minutes.
I don't know if somebody's got the Morning News Star Tribune. I'd be interested to see if there's a story about the Minneapolis Police Department making some cuts today.
3930.
Supposedly that was happening.
3930. Sent you a parking complaint. Got it.
You know, I worked midnights for much of my career, and I guess everybody gets a different rhythm, but for me, I'd rather go to sleep after 2.
Squad 315.
35.
Clear advice 381 364.
Copy, 5, 59 minutes.
Two
211.
PPV, Smith and Cherokee.
Smith and Cherokee at 1 o'clock.
if you hear PPV, that means he's making a proactive patrol or police visit. PPV. He's stopping to check on something, just make sure everything's okay. Just a way of getting it in the record. We got one at 518 Thomas, one on 2397 Palmer, one at 846 Johnson Parkway, which I think is the speedway there. Another one is Smith and Cherokee. So when it does slow down.
111, I copy en route to 981 Argyle Street. 4 to 5 people physically fighting in the street. And 1.
110, could you send me that?
101.
All right, we're gonna run out to that 985 Argyle Street. Just off of Front and Lexington. Out there.
314, 321. Trying to copy a shots fired complaint. One caller from 960 Rose Avenue East could be advised westbound on Rose, shooting from two vehicles. They heard 2 shots, pause, and several more.
In row. 321, copy.
Well, maybe we'll
We
run
have a
out.
second caller now, 953 Rose. Heard 5 shots, correction, 8 shots. Somebody moving from east to west.
953 Rose.
Copy.
There's fewer cars out now, so when there's cars that are leaving a scene, obviously we got a better chance of actually coming up with the cars, just because there's less out here as well.
314. Third caller now heard 6 shots fired. Thinks somebody's trying to break into her house at 952 Maryland because she heard her window shake and now the dog is barking.
Well, we got 3 callers now, so that means it's probably legit.
Copy. $300, can you send me that call, please?
Sorry, Route 103.
300 just asked for the call. He's the supervisor in the East District.
Pause on the shots fired. A new caller, 964 Rose Avenue. They advised 8 shots northwest of their address.
Gotta make sure we're not in any conflict with any squads here. That's a big problem. You don't really want to always use your red lights because sometimes cars will decide they don't want to drive by you. On the other hand, when you use them sometimes, if you see a car turn,
5181, report for.
yeah, sometimes that's suspicious.
105.
There's a car turned down this alley.
Code 62. 2162. Billy is secure. 314, that last update, is that from the 952 Maryland count?
Affirmative. 952 Maryland. She's the one that thinks somebody might be trying to get into her house.
Received.
Okay.
1205 will be headed to the Maryland address.
Copy.
So it's actually further east in here. It's down by Forest, but
83 copy.
Forest I think is 940. So, but we're gonna work our way on the side streets. Usually they stay on the side streets. This is Arcade.
3 and 5. Can you note call comment line number 10?